Hey guys, I'm Joyce. Welcome to my video diary. Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. A while ago, about, a month and a half ago, I left my job at Domino's, driving for them, and I started gig work. And once I actually left Domino's, I kind of started freaking out about it. And it's funny, somewhere right around there, like within a few days, I think, I was listening to, podcasts, or I don't remember. I was listening to podcasts, surfing YouTube or something, and I came across a video. It's actually a clip of Brooke Castillo's it was one of her coaching sessions, one of her, in her self-coaching scholars program, which does not exist anymore. But yeah, it was a clip from that, which is not normally publicized. And it starts out, so you're thinking about quitting your job? And I'm like, yeah, I actually am quitting my job. Oh no, she said, so you're scared about quitting your job. Anyway, and of course she was talking to someone who had called in, and the whole clip was so relevant to me. And at one point she says, what is the best case scenario? You need to be thinking about that an hour a day. And I thought, yeah, she's right. What is the best case scenario? And I started getting excited again about it. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to put a link in the description below to that, to that clip from the coaching call. So maybe you could use a little pep talk. And it's not just about quitting a job. It's really about making any really big decision that feels really big and scary. And I think it's like 4 minutes long. So anyway, I invite you to check that out. So that was going on with me for a while, and I've gone back to it several times for another pep talk. And then also, I don't normally listen to Mel Robbins. It's just not, she doesn't necessarily speak to me, so to speak. I really like Brooke Castillo's style. But anyway, I ended up listening to one of her podcast episodes, and I don't remember, it's like 9 things or 5 things, small things to change your life. Anyway, I will find it, and I'll put a link in the description below to that. One of the things really stuck with me. She was talking about getting more sunlight. And it's not like I was actively thinking about that, but I know it can be important. And she was talking about, well, you might ask, how much time do you spend in sunlight? So anyway, I won't go over the whole video or the whole podcast episode, but she was talking about 5, 10, and 20. So if it's sunny outside, and this is when you first get up, as soon as possible, when you first get up in the morning, to get sunlight. If it's sunny outside, 5 minutes out in the sunlight. If it's cloudy outside, 10 minutes out in the sunlight. And if it's raining, spend 20 minutes outside. So I thought, well, I can do that. So I guess it was the next day, I went outside, and I have a hard time just sitting or standing still doing what could be considered nothing. I mean, even just watching the world go by, paying attention to nature, as much as I might enjoy it, I have a hard time doing that. So I thought I had some big clippers, I call them loppers, on the porch. And I thought, I've been meaning to take down the dead stalks of the purple cone flowers in the landscaping. So I just went and I started doing that. Started taking down the dead stalks. A friend of mine really, really loves purple cone flowers, so I wanted to save some seed heads for him also. So I just went and I started clipping dead purple coneflower stalks, and it was 5 minutes, and that was it. When my alarm went off, I quit. I came back inside and I went on with my regular morning routine. And I've been doing that, I don't know how long, but I have just a little bit left, maybe 10 stalks left, and they're really prolific in my landscaping. Also, with this new habit, over 4 days, I got all my gutters cleaned. That's all I've done so far out in the sunshine. So it was a really, really cool habit, and it really is changing things because I'm getting some stuff done that I wouldn't normally take the time to do. So I'm getting some sunshine, I'm getting my landscaping cleaned up a little bit, and the gutters cleaned. So who knows what else I'll do. I'll think of something. Oh, this morning, I went collecting pine cones, because I use pine cones for starting fires in the wood stove. I did not use wood stove at all last year because it leaks smoke around the top of the pipe, and it's dangerous. I don't want any of us breathing that. Anyway, so I'm going to be replacing the wood stove soon, I hope. It's a financial thing. So what was I getting at? Oh, that's another thing I've been doing with my 5 to 20 minutes in the morning when I get up. So I'll put a link to that as well in the description. And then Stephen Bartlett, I probably listened to every one of his podcast episodes also. Almost every one of his podcast episodes. Anyway, there was one that came up, and I wasn't terribly interested in the title, but that's usually the case because his titles tend to be really misleading. And I don't know. I understand it's, it gets people to click on it and all of that, but it's really frustrating. So anyway, I just decided, you know what, I've always loved Stephen's interviews, so whatever. I don't care what the title is. It's probably not accurate anyway. So I listened to the episode, and it was a panel of 4 women talking about, it's in 2 parts. There are two videos, 2 interviews. And it's 4 women who are considered experts on female physiology and biology. And they covered from birth to post-menopause what actually happens in a woman's body with hormones. And not just estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, but other stuff too, like insulin and cortisol. I believe cortisol is a hormone. Just all kinds of things that happen in a woman's body because we are made to carry babies. and you know, our monthly cycle and all of that, and it was absolutely fascinating. I mean, I did not know, I don't know, 90% of what they were talking about. I did not know. And with the menstruation, menopause in particular, just because it's most recent, I wish I had known. But it's okay. I mean, what's done is done, right? But there are still some things that I can do to take care of my body, to live well as I age. And the part 2 of the interview was talking about, oh my goodness, mostly setting yourself up to age well. I believe that's what it was. I mean, this has been about a week since I listened to it, and I probably should re-listen to it. But the whole thing was just so fascinating. I mean, you know, like Steven said, whether you're a woman or there's a woman in your life, your mom, your grandma, your daughter, your sister, it's valuable information. And if you want to understand, if you're a man and you have a female partner and you want to understand what she's going through, whatever the stage in her life may be, I mean, she probably doesn't even know, you know, that this could really help. This could help. I mean, it could be a sticking point in your relationship. I don't know. So I'm going to be sharing that also in the description below. So the clip from the coaching call with Brooke Castillo and the podcast episode with Mel Robbins and parts 1 and 2 of the podcast that was panel on experts on female physiology. So I will put links in the description below for all of those. These are just things that I listen to. I listen to podcasts a lot. I listened to Brooke Castillo for I don't know how long, 7 years maybe. It seems crazy to think that it's been that long. And she was doing her podcast for 10 years, I think. Last year was, she didn't do the podcast last year. She did like four little bonus episodes throughout the year, but 2023 was the last year she did her podcast, as far as I remember. Anyway, her teaching, her style of teaching, the way she says things, it just makes so much sense to me. I mean, that's like the key to the lock in my brain. So yeah, I'm a huge fan, huge fan of hers. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So like I said, I'll put all of those in the description below. And if you're interested, check them out. That's it for tonight. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.